So a lot of countries kind of have their nickname, like Honduras, they're called Catrachos. Costa Ricans, they're called Ticos, just because they sometimes add eco to the ends of words instead of ito, like chiquitico, for like something that's little. Honestly, I was surprised that I didn't hear it as much. Um, but that's just kind of the nickname that they've been given. And I feel like they use that almost more than saying that they're Costa Ricenses. Probably just because that word's a lot longer. But, I mean, it's not offensive at all to call Costa Rican a Tico. So I was impressed just how they kind of have like an open door policy. Like a lot of people, they just keep their doors open. And um, really, it was interesting the way that you kind of when you go up to a house, um, you like take a coin and you'll sometimes tap on the fence. I guess that's the more formal way. As missionaries, what we did, we'd tap on the fence and we say "upe," and then if they're there or if they want to talk to us, then they'll come out. But they are just. I was impressed how friendly they are, even if they don't have an interest in the church or if they're very firm in their religion, they would almost always just greet us. And um, a lot of them have a lot of interest in the United States, so a lot of them would ask us about that. Um, but it was a lot easier than I'd imagined to like just carry on an everyday conversation with people there. Um, so yeah, very friendly. And sometimes they'd even just offer you a drink or water, sometimes even food, even if they had no interest in the church. But they are a very God-fearing people, I think. I mean, just in everyday conversation, they bring up God. There's lots of phrases that you learn on the mission. Sometimes they're frustrating because, like, si Dios lo permite, if God allows me to, like, some people would kind of use that as an excuse if they don't go to church. Um, so they kind of add on these phrases. But a lot of people just at the end of sentences will be like, gracias a Dios, like, thanks to God, like, and they just really recognize God in their lives and like the blessings that they have. Um, so I feel like I realized that in their culture, like religion and I guess family and everyday life are not separate. They're very much combined. The family is a huge part of Costa Rican culture. Um, and I just have very fond memories of like the families that I met there. Um, and around holiday times, you'll just always see them together. And usually, like if the grandparents um, are getting older, the kids will live with them. Um, and if not, if they didn't even, a lot of them don't even separate from their parents. They just live with their parents even when they get married. So a lot of households there are huge. Over 10, 15 people living in the same house. But I loved getting to know all the family members, and um, you can definitely see how important it is. And that's usually what we'd focus our lessons on, especially in the beginning, focusing on the eternal nature of the family. And I found a lot of success when you kind of tap into that knowledge that they already have. A lot of them already feel that like the family's eternal, that there's more after this life. But Costa Rica does not have an army or navy or any of that. So instead of I guess using all that money for an army, they spend it a lot more on education and on healthcare. So a lot of people stay pretty healthy. I've heard that in Nicoya, it's like the peninsula on the western side. They're famous for having people that live over 100 years. I think it's one of the top 5 places in the world. for people that live over 100. So they're pretty healthy people.